Hey, welcome back to the Kult of Athena YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tom. Today we're looking at another Landsknecht Emporium blade. This is the Dussack, the Dorothea Dussack, and it's a really interesting back swept blade. It's out of the category of messers, which primarily Landsknecht Emporium has been doing those. So we'll take a look at some specs on this one, up close looks, and a little bit of movement. Basic specs: 36 7/8 inches of overall length, 30 3/8 inches of blade length. 6150 high carbon steel. We also have a false edge from this part that gets wider, which is primarily most of the striking surface you're going to even use. You got all three. You got main edge, false edge, and the tip. So if you're cutting down on a certain line and you wanted to rip that back up, or even if I show that from the side, if you wanted to rip that back up, or even if you're playing this more of some draw cuts with that false edge to funnel that in on either side, that's sharp. So it's a sneaky way to get that cut in, especially if you have martial arts background and you're interested in that. Another interesting feature on this one is the hand protection. If we go into extended positions, we can see the outside of the hand is really protected. Inside of the hand is really protected. And we also have a little grip here for the knuckle. So that's going to help with stability. If you just had it in a normal grip, meaning subtracting this ring, it would be more challenging, potentially more challenging, to control the tip of the weapon. But with the ring, that does kind of counterbalance it, to where if you're holding out thrust positions, it's easy to turn the blade over from guard to guard. So it is a little bit of an assist, as well as a knuckle bow to smash them in the face. Let's take a few moments here to take a look at this blade up close. There's no scabbard with it, so we'll take a look at this blade up close. Overall length, 36 7/8 inches, blade length, 30 3/8. This one's gonna feel more like a Hungarian saber that is way lighter. So blade profile wise, it is a Dussack, but it's gonna feel and move much like a Hungarian saber, especially with the pronounced false edge where it gets fatter toward the tip basically. Looking at weight, 2 pounds, 6 ounces. Very sharp. Landsknecht Emporium, from the messer that I just reviewed to this one, edges are ready to go. You don't need to do anything different with them if you're doing cut testing with them on soft targets like tatami mats. The thickness of this one, 6mm to 1.5mm, pommels integrated, point of balance, 3 5/8 from the guard. So when you're going into larger cuts, you're gonna feel that toward the pinky and the ring finger when you're going into backhand cuts. Forehand cuts doesn't really matter. It goes with the shape of the blade, in my experience. Grip length, 4 inches. And then blade steel is gonna be 6150 high carbon steel. Let's take a look at some footage of moving around with this one on cut and moving through different guard positions. That way you can get a better feel for it, and it's as close to three-dimensional as possible. So if you wanted to add this one to your collection, you have a better idea of what we're looking at. Let's take a look. Hey, thanks for joining me for this quick review on the Landsknecht Emporium Dussack. This is the sharpened one. You can pick this one up at cultofathena.com by clicking the link in the description below this video to buy this one today and add to your collection. They have some unique messers as well. Messers are known as war knives. So if it's something that's interesting to you and you want to check out a newer company that we're highlighting on this month's YouTube channel, go ahead and make sure to check that out. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends who are fellow sword collectors and sword enthusiasts. Again, I'm Tom, your host here for Kult of Athena's YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.